All right, here we go. Now we're good to go. Welcome back, everybody. We got some shit to talk about today. Let's see what's on the docket here. Oh yeah, that's right. Sponsorships. Like I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, so check it out. This episode, we want to give a shout out to our other YouTube channel that we're starting with, Sean Ware. Go to my YouTube page at the top of it if you guys haven't already. It's featured channels. It's late as fuck. We're gonna do reactions to old shit. We're gonna like watch old music videos and listen to old music and watch fucking old TV shows and commercials, and we're just gonna fucking react and review them and see how they hold up. It should be pretty entertaining. I'm looking forward to it. So make sure you guys go do that, and then hit up Sean Ware in his DMs and start harassing him to get his ass over here so we can actually get this content together for you. We had a little bit of a COVID scare a while back, so everything kind of got put on delay for a little bit, but cat's out of the bag. We can't stop talking about it now, right? You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, go do that. And then if you guys haven't already, please hit like and subscribe on this video for the channel as well. And if you're feeling extra juicy and you guys want to support the podcast, go to patreon.com/JaredSingerLive and you can join for a monthly tier. There's different levels for different amounts, and there's some bonus content in there for you. Helps us keep going. Helps all the things grow for you. Let's see here. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Shooter Lube. I don't know why I said it that way. I'm fucking... I'm fucking... You know what? I'm just gonna read this. The new technology, yeah, it's fucking dope, man. That's the whole thing. The new technology is fucking dope. Go order it. Go to shooterlube.com and join the revolution and save 15% at checkout by using promo code SINGER. I got another one in here. No, they wrote all that. I said the new technology, and then I just said it's fucking dope. Yeah, or eliminating 90% of what they wrote me because it's fucking not good. But anyways, all right, yeah, so do that. And then if you guys are doing something like what I'm doing, or you're a musician, or you're a fitness coach, whoever you are, whatever the fuck it is you're doing, whatever your side hustle is, whether you just want exposure, you want to get your art out there, maybe you want to monetize it, maybe you want to turn your side hustle into a full-time hustle, it doesn't matter, right? First thing you guys need, you need a legitimate website. I've been telling people about this. Facebook, use social media, you need those too, but you can't survive on there. It's not legit, right? It's not legit at all, and people will quit. So you gotta up the legitimacy by getting a real website. And the first place you want to do that is with wehost.wernerelements.com. Okay, this is powerful shared web hosting, and if you go use the promo code SINGER for less than $100, you get a free domain registration. That's the name of your website. You get unlimited storage, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited emails, and a carbon-free footprint. Okay, plus you get 24/7 customer support. This is where I host my website. And once you guys get that shit set up and you want to like customize it and make it super dope, then you can hit up wernerelements.com and he'll give you a down to the penny price. He'll give you a full quote, everything you want to do. If you want to integrate your social medias, whatever you want to do, you guys hit those guys up. It's WERNER elements.com, and go to wehost.wernerelements.com and use promo code SINGER to get all that shit for like $100. This is either the best or the worst promo read I've ever done. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay, you know what? There goes your introduction. There goes your introduction, you son of a bitch. My computer's like freezing up. There we go. Now it's my computer froze up for a second. Oh. That's unfortunate because that's all I want to talk about.
Oh no. I'm gonna just take these off and head out now.
Welcome back, bud.
Hey, thanks. Good to be back.
How have you been?
I've been good. Yeah.
Tell me about it. What's so good? Since you're gonna sit here and brag about it. Remute it, you fuckers.
Oh,
we turned
no.
around and remuted it.
Oh no! What? We got this dog on my lap.
We're back now. Peanut, get out of here. You selfish whore.
That's funny.
I can't believe I did that. So it wasn't unmuting. I hit the button and it wouldn't unmute. So I was like, fuck, my computer's frozen. So I manually did it.
Okay.
And then the button must have caught up.
Oh,
lag,
no,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
it turned around and remuted it.
So we missed all of that.
Yeah. That's okay, though. There wasn't much going on.
No, it wasn't anything.
It was just my
important.
usual fuckery to open a podcast.
Yeah. Just starting things off. Sure.
I mean, you did threaten to set your headphones down and leave.
I did do that. Yeah. We're off to it. We're off and rolling already.
We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, this is your fourth time.
It is.
I'm in the middle of my sober October, so I thought
Yes.
I saw you on Chilton a couple weeks ago, so I thought it'd be cool to get you back on and just talk health and fitness, because this is the first of my like 30, because I did one in April too. I did a sober October last year, and then I didn't drink for April.
I remember that.
It ended up being more May because I ended up going to fucking Texas.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I'm drinking in Texas.
Yeah.
But this is the first one where I've actually like felt really good during it.
Good.
My sugar intake's gone through the roof, but
Well, that's terrible.
other than that, I don't know. I think it's just the lack of the carbs and sugars from
From the
beer
booze.
drinking.
Yeah. Sure.
My body's like, oh, you need more sugar than that.
Yeah. You don't though.
How did you quit getting off sugar? Or how did you quit sugar? How did you get off it?
So I didn't. I gave in to the fact that I do enjoy it, so I make room for it, and I'm mindful about it in my existence.
I got you.
Yeah, it's not a daily occurrence for me. I know that there's going to be time, but like if I want to have some fucking ice cream, I just eat some ice cream, and then I don't have any regrets about eating the ice cream because I know that I'm consistent with things about 80% of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, and so I just don't fucking worry about it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking rad, dude. So tell us what you got going on, man, because you've been building this fitness thing since basically when I started the podcast.
Yeah, we actually
right around the same time.
right around the same time. Yeah.
Which is hilarious because in case anybody doesn't know, going back to our first podcast conversation, you and I didn't really know each other. And about 2 years before I really started the podcast, that's when you and I met and we had a meeting.
Yeah, we did.
With somebody, blah. You guys can go back and watch.
Yeah, my buddy
podcast.
Charles owns his own graphic design company, and you had came and we had a little meeting about this whole thing.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to do this, and you were like, I want to do something too. And I don't know if you'd settled on the fitness thing yet.
No, I had, but I didn't know how to get there at all yet. I was still very much wrapped up in my 9 to 5. I was trying to get out of it, figuring out how I could get out of that corporate world. And I wanted out like I was on fucking fire.
And you did you were still like super full time with the band too back then.
Yeah, I was in Aetheric at the time, and I was trying to figure anything out that I could to not have to work a day job like that. I mean, I want to work. I want to work for myself, so that's what I did.
Right.
Eventually.
So what are you up to now? What do you guys got going on? Because I seen you on Chilton a couple of weeks ago, and you're doing some cool shit. Explain to people what you got going on.
A couple different things. First thing, I guess, would be the Kai's fitness coaching stuff that I'm doing, online and in-person fitness and nutrition coaching. Basically, I can work with anybody. Anything that you mindset, we work on mindset. Work on if you got injuries you need to fix, we work on that too, and
And you're doing like an online free thing?
Well, so one of the things I've been doing to try to promote the business is I try to give away as much. I don't want to be a gatekeeper, right? Like I want to try to help people legitimately. That's what is the most gratifying part about this for me, is the ability to help people. So I'm doing some live trainings about how to build muscle on a busy schedule, because that has been over the course of the last year that I've been doing this, or year and a half roughly that I've been doing this. I get a lot of feedback, obviously, from people as to why they aren't going to work out, or why they can't work out, or types of things. So I want to help try to solve these problems and show them a way around that. That we all have 24 hours in the day, right?
So give me an example of some shit that you've like that happens in regards to that.
That happens in regards to that?
Yeah, like in these classes, like.
Oh, so I mean, these are just Facebook live feeds that I go, and I just basically talk about different ways that you can build muscle on a busy schedule, like how that's not a limitation. So we talk about time management,
injuries and shit like that too. Like well, I mean, what's the most common thing people are coming in with nowadays? Is it neck,
like rough shoulders? Either really stiff shoulders, stiff upper back, no thoracic mobility. Low back pain is always and forever a huge thing. Knee problems, lots and lots of knee problems. There's a dog just fucking this thing right this pillow right here.
I think she's even on camera. Peanut, you gotta go.
Very, very hard Peanut, to concentrate.
You can't be doing that. You can't be fucking that pillow in the back. You can't be doing that shit. You gotta go.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Peanut, you gotta go. Kate, if you're watching this, you gotta come get this goddamn dog. You gotta go. Go.
That was the best shit ever. If there's ever an interruption in a podcast, I hope it's just a dog fucking a pillow.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no, that's all good. Weird. That was funny. No, but so yeah, I mean, lots of injuries. Low back is huge. Knees, ankles, and then in the process of like doing these movement assessments and things like that, when you initially come in, if you want to do in-person work with me, we'll have you meet up at Train Your Way Fitness in St. Louis Park. That's the gym I train out of. We'll kind of do a little warm-up stuff. I'll check your mobility. We'll see how your hips are, how your ankles are, if there's any pain points, that kind of thing. We'll check your overhead mobility. Yeah, we'll just see how you are and see how you move and where you need to improve. And then we can once we know what we're working with completely, then we can build a program around that, right? We can figure out ways to take you towards your goals. We'll figure out short-term, long-term goals. And we'll figure out a plan how to get you through each of those. But no matter what we do, I'm always most concerned with the longevity, the person's ability to exercise and maintain positive health from a longevity standpoint. So even with, like, let's say they have extreme short-term weight loss goals, fat loss, we've got to make the understanding that the quicker that you lose that weight, the more likely it is that you aren't going to establish the necessary habits to maintain that weight loss. I'm not saying that it's all going to come back. I'm going to say that you're going to experience a harder time maintaining that because we didn't take the time from a longevity standpoint to ingrain those habits.
That's super interesting because it kind of sounds to me like a similar thing of like, you hear guys talk about this all the time. Like the old version was, it's not about the destination, man. It's about the journey. Nobody really understood what that meant. And nowadays you hear guys getting a little bit more specific with it. They're saying like, it's not about the end goal. It's about the process.
Right.
But that's still kind of vague for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what that is. So it sounds to me like you're giving a real world example of that where, for example, if you're only focused on going from, let's say you want to go from 300 to 240 or you want to go from 240 to 180, whatever. Right. If you're only focused on being that end goal and you do it too quickly, you're more likely to gain it back And I think the reason for that why is if you're only concentrating on the goal instead of the process, here's the point is you may only get to 270, but if you focus on the process and you do it the right way along the way, the reason that's the real accomplishment is because of the hurdles you overcame and the person you became to get to that point.
Yeah.
So if you establish good eating habits and a good work ethic and all that kind of shit, you're more likely to actually maintain a healthy weight versus just concentrating on getting down to 260.
Right.
As fast as possible.
The number's great. Like I love it.
That sounds super convoluted, but I think that's what.
Well, so I would encourage. Like I love that people have a goal, but what I want people to understand is that it's good to have a goal, but be honest with yourself. You know, I'm here because of, you know, behavior. Like that behavior is what led me to this place, most likely. A lot of times could be metabolic disorder, could be, you know, there's a bunch of different exceptions to that. You know, I'm just trying to be fair. You know, it's not always as simple as you just ate too much or whatever. You know, there's other factors at play: stress, sleep, all these things. That's
one of your big things. Is it's not that you're eating too much; you're actually eating too little and not moving enough.
Well, yeah. So, and when I say that, I don't. That's breaking it down and like simplifying it, right? But what I mean by that is that your energy balance in your body is out of whack, basically. Right, so it's calories in, calories out is great, but then there's also quality of calories, so on and so forth, and then there's your energy, your movement, your output. So we have to take a look at all those things and consider all those things, and then we have to consider stress and sleep, and you know, and the food that you take in,
because it
and all
becomes
that
a
kind of
negative
stuff.
Feedback loop, right? Because when you're tired and you're shitty, I've heard Rogan talk about this. Studies show that like when you're tired and you feel shitty, you're more likely to reach for shitty food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, literally, like, if you're tired and exhausted and somebody gave you a buffet and there's, like, every option from healthy all the way down to donuts, there's something that happens in the human brain where when you're run down, you reach for shitty, quick, fast calories that just create, at the end of the day, a negative feedback loop.
Yeah, I mean, sugar, like you were saying, your sugar intake's way up. I mean, sugar lights your brain up like cocaine. I've said it a million times.
Overall, it's probably not up because I cut the booze out.
Well,
right?
yeah. I mean,
it's probably at the same level.
Probably balancing things out. But that's what I'm getting at is that, you know, and one of my friends, Nick, and I talk about this a lot, is that like when your brain is lighting up for that craving, you aren't even actually really wanting that thing that you think you're wanting. Your brain is asking for that fucking dopamine hit.
Sure.
That's what it's wanting. So you got to understand that your brain, like, is split, right? It's got all of these mechanisms, these survival mechanisms, these ways that to tell you to do these certain things. It's egging you on. It's goading you into. So you got to know when to call that motherfucker a liar.
Yeah.
You know, like, you got to know when to say no.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But that's a skill stack that's developed with time and effort. That's not something that you can just walk into and expect a person off the street to well, just tell your brain no. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
You know,
unless you're David Goggins.
But it didn't work that way for him for a long time either.
Right.
He developed that skill stack. He sharpened that blade, you know, and that's what I like to, I think, I mean, I'd like to encourage more people to try to break out of their comfort zones and try to sharpen that blade a little bit, develop that sense of mindfulness, develop the ability to understand when their brain is being a liar, all that negative self-talk, all that shit that, you know, you're posting memes on Facebook about how depressed you are and stuff, which I understand because you're reaching out, you're trying to reestablish contact, you're trying to raise your hand, say, hey, I'm feeling a certain way, I'm having, you know, this moment or whatever. But, you know,
don't do that shit online though.
Well,
call someone or text someone.
Yeah. I mean, reach out and actually
don't do
get
this shit publicly.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not a good look.
To each their own. I don't mind. I get the reasons why, because sometimes we're just fucking lonely, and that feels like it's the right thing to do, and it's reaching for a voice, you know, to call back to you and things like that. But I just think that with that, you can maybe do a little less of that and maybe a little more work on the self in the short term and long term, and understand that when you're having that loneliness, that fear, you know, all those things, the anxiety, all that stuff that builds up, that's the perfect time to have a fitness routine, to have a mindfulness meditation routine, to take yourself outside, go for a fucking walk, put yourself in some sort of discomfort, because you'll find that fucking hit you're looking for in that discomfort. Take a cold shower, do something. You'll find the discomfort and you'll pop right the fuck awake most of the time.
It's 100% true, especially for men. Doing something like that, getting uncomfortable, it's 100% true. There's something that happens in our chemistry, in our brain.
Yeah, I'm learning about it right now. I mean, there's this book called The Comfort Crisis that my buddy Nick, again, that I've been talking with. I actually just trained him before I came here. But yeah, he's got me on this thing. I'm only like 2 chapters in, so I can't speak to it enough. But I'm definitely interested in continuing, and it's a journey I've been on. I hate that fucking word, journey. It's a journey I've been on, but it is. It's kind of a journey I've been on.
What else are you going to call it? An adventure?
A trek? I don't know. Fuck me.
No, I'm on a journey with this podcast too, man. Like, it's crazy because and something else you mentioned too is the routine. That's another thing I think is huge for men, is like getting into a reliable and predictable routine.
I don't care who you are. It's important.
And some people go, oh, routines are depressing. Not if they're filled up with shit that you like.
Well, even if they're filled up with shit that you don't, it's important. And it will make you appreciate it and at least be grateful for it, because it will order your life and allow you to find the spaces where you could put something that you love to do.
Yeah, what does Jocko Willnick say? Discipline equals freedom?
Well, yeah, discipline equals freedom. Discipline also begets more discipline, and then more discipline, it's weird, because the more structured and routine you are, to a point...
there's some truth to that in literal examples. So, like, technically, you were a couple minutes late tonight. Not a big deal, right? It really wasn't, because I also technically was running behind on my own schedule. You walked in, I was fucking literally playing drums. Not very well, but I was playing them.
Right. And, no, you're doing good. You're doing good.
I'm getting there. I'm getting back. I'm getting back. But point being is, I had all day today to do a dozen things. Yeah. One of the things I stayed disciplined and made sure that I did was get the entire show set up.
Yep.
So when you got here, even though you were a couple minutes late and I wasn't prepared for it either, because I was fucking lost track of time, we were still able to start pretty much right at 7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
maybe even a couple minutes earlier tonight.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be flex, right? Or you should be open to some semblance of flex. I mean, it's important to be on time, and
I know that was a really stupid, petty example, but it's one of those things that I usually blow off. I'm like, oh, I'll do it later. So I'll do it later. I don't want to do it right now.
And that's the difference. Yeah, I get your point.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh fuck, he's not here. Oh fuck, we're running behind. And then I'm stressed out. And then we end up starting 10, 15, 20 minutes late.
But you knew who the fuck you were dealing with, so you got shit ready in advance.
It had nothing to do with you.
No,
it really didn't, man. Like even the last 3 guests, I pre-did them like a week in advance.
It helps, right?
And people go, why don't you do that more? And I'm like, because motherfuckers either cancel or have to reschedule.
Yeah.
And then I got to move shit around. And it's like, I'm just going to do it the day of or the night before.
That
once I know.
Yeah, you got a confirmation. That makes sense.
And then I bounce back and forth. It depends,
Well, but it's good to have that tool in your toolbox so that you can do that when the time, when it's needed.
Well, I'm enjoying my sober October.
Good.
You're not much of a drinker.
You'll
have a beer, but like.
Well, I will have a drink or two. It just the setting and the group of people and like everything has to be right for me anymore.
A barbecue or a baseball game.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I mean, I'll go out to the bars and have a good night if the vibe is right, but I have no interest in drinking on a regular basis whatsoever. Right. And when I do, it's usually just like vodka soda or something clear. Yeah. I don't do much beer or anything like that. It makes me feel like shit.
See, I love beer. I love the taste of beer.
Yeah.
I love carbonated beverages.
And I shouldn't. I like certain beers. I like a good blonde ale every once in a while. Prize makes a really great blonde ale that I really enjoy. But yeah, it's a treat for me. Like it's really, really rare, and I don't overdo it. I don't like drunk people. I don't like it. And that's weird for a musician.
Being sober around drunk people is.
I mean, I think alcohol's a sloppy fucking drug. I think it is. I think it's mismanaged, misused, and just in general, it's abused terribly. I've seen so many fucking friends and loved ones and just people I respect in general just drowning themselves in fucking booze, and just it's miserable for your health in general. And I mean, yeah, I just don't fucking like it.
No, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next thing I'm quitting is cigarettes.
Good.
After Sober October, I'm going to quit smoking.
Good. That'd be fucking rad.
Yeah.
I'd be proud of you. Proud as hell of you of that one. That's tough.
Well, it'll be the second time I quit. I mean, I quit for 10 years once, so I know I can do it, but fuck, man, quitting cigarettes the second time is way harder than the first time.
I can imagine.
Like, it's not twice as hard. It's like 10 times harder.
Yeesh.
First time was actually pretty easy once I decided I was going to do it.
Yeah.
I've tried to quit several times.
Yeah, well, that's usually the story for that. I mean, that's shitty.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's fucking real rough.
I can't. I never got into smoking cigarettes, thankfully. A little bit when I was like, super teenager, like 13, 14 or whatever. Fucked around with it a minute. But nothing really serious beyond that. So, yeah.
Don't.
No, never. I would never start now. That'd be terrible. I don't want to meet them, but like there's people that like start smoking when they're in their 30s and shit. I'm always really bewildered by that. Like, why would you start smoking when you're 35? Just
stress?
Maybe. I mean, everybody's got their shit, right? Everybody's got their reason. So,
gotta be stress.
It's gotta be.
Or they were secretly smoking the entire time.
Yeah,
they finally stopped giving a fuck.
I only smoke when I drink, but I drink all the time. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a buddy that's exactly what it was. Is he only smoked while he drank, and that was true. Right. Until he was about 35, and then he started drinking like all the time. Yeah. And then he was smoking all the time. Yeah. So it's like, you smoke now.
I should clarify too. So I'll get down off my high horse here a little bit.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, no. I will. Yeah. I'll get down off my high horse a little bit here. Like, I get it. I don't have any judgment for anybody who fucking smokes or drinks or any of these things. I understand that fucking life is hard and everyone has their reasons and their ways of coping. And I don't. Yeah. If you haven't found your way to a different way yet, then that's just, I hope you do. But yeah. I understand it. I just don't advocate for it as being a positive way of coping. Yeah. And that's pretty clear societally, like we understand that. I think that's one of the reasons why we I mean, we understand that
do we though?
We understand it's a way of coping, and we understand why people drink. I mean, a lot of people drink and party because they think they're having a good time, and they are, but the deeper why.
The one thing I'm curious about is because they were all under prohibition at some point in time. Yeah. Alcohol. Yeah. Like, why did alcohol come back, but none of the other ones? Like why did mushrooms remain, illegal? Why did weed illegal?
The right palms were greased. I mean alcohol. America loved alcohol, though. The world loves alcohol. I mean, it just does. Like, it's always, just always been there. I mean, fermentation, just that whole process. So.
Mushrooms and fucking weed were around first, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information showing that, like, the mushrooms were in the alcohol. Like, that's people would drink this, and then that's the,
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Now we're talking. You ever done mushrooms?
Many times.
Many times?
Yeah, I use psychedelics about as often as I come on at the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A few times a year. Set the soul straight, go on an adventure. Yep.
Me and my buddy
jump down the rabbit hole.
I have a theory, and me and my buddy figured out the math, and I don't remember the number, but we figured it out. If you do it like a lottery, and it's like 1 out of X amount every day, all year, right? So basically, every person does mushrooms once a year.
Sure.
And they get a day off work, paid. The mushrooms come from your doctor. Here you go.
Well, I don't know.
You do your shit.
I prefer to just keep getting them from my guy. I don't trust my doctor for shit. So
whatever. Other people do. So you'll get the one from your doctor, and then you'll get the one from your guy, and you can do whatever you want. Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. But I'm convinced, dude, that if everybody just did mushrooms once a year, we would literally just solve all the problems.
You'd sure watch the mental health crisis sort of, flip around for sure.
Somebody would figure something out. Like, from something petty to something major,
somebody would have a breakthrough. Every night, X amount of people across the globe would be having epiphany moments, like songwriters, painters, engineers, fucking politicians, economists. Somebody would have a breakthrough, whether it's something small and petty that just solves the problem for 6 people on the block, or somebody will somebody will, oh my God, I figure, and boom, we're growing new wheat.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro.
That's how. I mean,
it's a little out there, but I really do believe that.
I don't think I'd want the government in charge of anything like that, just because whatever. No thanks. But I would encourage.
I think the government should sanction it, like the purge.
To do it. I mean, if we can get there to where we're sanctioning mushroom trips instead of murder, let's do that. That sounds like a good thing.
All right, you got a choice. We're gonna vote on this. All right, once a year, we're either doing the purge or we're doing mushrooms.
Oh, that is again just like the nation right now. We are going to be split 50-50 on that because there's a lot of murder motherfuckers out there who are like, no, I think I'm just going to kill people instead. Like, no.
Okay, now we got our list.
Oh God,
these are the motherfuckers. These are the motherfuckers that we need to do mushrooms.
Yeah, right.
Like,
so all the people that selected murder are going to get mushrooms.
Exactly.
So they're like.
We just start funneling it through the water.
They're like, drink this. This will make you murder more. And they're like, they only get like 1.5 grams or 2 grams though, because I'm not sending anybody down like crazy spirit breaking rabbit holes right away. I want enough for a little bit of ego death, and just to make them see that they can put those guns down, and that they're love, and that we're love, and that everyone's love. So, yeah. I mean, if you can figure that out, we'll put that.
And you can't let a whole neighborhood do mushrooms.
Not at the same time, though.
No, because it'll just turn into an
Is
orgy.
it an every other house type of thing?
Sort of, but on a much larger scale.
Sure.
Because you got to scatter it across the globe of 8 billion people. But it's literally you just fucking 8 billion.
This would be a global initiative. I'm even
saying.
More behind this.
8 billion divided by 365 days. That's how many people. And then you randomize that across the globe. So it's like, I don't remember what it is, but it's like 1 out of every X amount.
So there's actually this weekend on Netflix.
Somebody can do that math.
Yeah, somebody probably can. There's on Netflix. There's a documentary called Fantastic Fungi, and so that Terrence McKenna was one of the biggest proponents of psychedelics. Did a ton of psychedelic research back in the 60s and 70s. What do you got going on?
I'm just double checking chat.
Yeah,
Eric Vobeta came in the podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and brought the bomb from Hot Ones.
Oh, sure.
That's why I asked you if you watched that. Fucked me up, bro.
Okay.
It was 5 solid minutes where, dude, I was like, all right, we need to take a break. And I turned and looked at my thingy to cue up the song. I couldn't think. I just stared at it for like a solid 10, 20 seconds. My ears were ringing.
No.
Somebody commented on that. All right, quit fucking around. Bust out the hot sauce.
Oh, no. We're talking about mushrooms today, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I love talking about mushrooms.
Yeah. No, it's good for you.
So anyways, you're talking about Fantastic
Fungi.
Well,
so anyway, the people that made that movie, they have a free fungus class, basically, like a bunch of different speakers. It's an event. It's a free live event. So you can, I don't know if you can find Dennis McKenna's page on Facebook if anybody's interested in learning about the new research involving psychedelics as in regards to mental health, the different possibilities of, things like space travel involving mushrooms, different medical things that can be done as far as pain relief goes involving mushrooms, different things for uses for the mushroom mycelium for construction. It's basically flame-proof, the mushroom mycelium, and I learned all this stuff from a lot of this stuff from my girlfriend Allison. She's a health and holistic copywriter, and she writes a lot about mushrooms. And we go out and we kind of forage from time to time and look for. We found a really awesome puffball mushroom, and don't ask me any questions beyond like what the puffball thing is. Like, it's just, you've seen them before. Big ass, puffy, white looking cloud kind of mushroom. Yeah. You can make it into soup. It's edible. No hallucinogenic effects or anything like that. But
have you ever heard of that tea?
Yeah.
Or not the tea, the honey?
The psychedelic honey?
Yeah.
No, but it sounds fantastic.
I think it's from like Nepal.
Sure. that tracks.
And I'm pretty sure online it's called Mad Honey.
Okay.
And it's like totally legal. You can order it right now.
Oh.
And
I wonder what kind of mushrooms they use.
They don't. It's the bees.
Oh, you're talking that shit. No, I haven't heard of that. Okay,
make it, dude.
Okay,
yeah,
crazy.
I heard about that shit on Rogan.
All right. Okay.
I want to order some of that shit.
I bet.
Too.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And however much they suggest, I'm doing triple.
Take me to the fucking moon, man. Yeah.
I imagine it's really mild.
It's probably really mild. Yeah. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I do a lot of it.
I don't. I try to meter how much of all these things that I do. I'm not out here trying to do it for recreation
when you
necessarily.
do mushies?
Yeah, correct.
How much do you do?
The last time this past summer was 2.5 grams.
Oh man, that's some basic bitch shit, bro.
Hey, I'm at where I'm at, man. I don't need more. Dude, I took that with some some L-tyrosine and some NAC, and it opened up everything. A little bit of lion's mane too.
Oh,
and I crossed a desert. I saw everybody I loved. I had a shamanic fucking experience. It was a game changer of a trip.
Dope, dude.
It was amazing, and it lasted for like 4 hours. Whew.
I've never done a stack like that.
Highly recommend.
But I have done 7 grams of mushrooms.
That sounds like an evening, or traveling into the next day.
I mean, it's pretty intense.
Yeah,
it's yeah. I've done it more than once. I've done it about 3 or 4 times in my entire life.
That's a lot.
I
know.
I think my perfect
large
favorite dose
stuff,
when it's just mushies. It's like 5-ish grams.
No,
it's like 1/8.5 basically. That's kind of what I like to be at. About 5 grams.
Yeah, see, I just don't need that much. I mean, my brain just opens up like the fucking floodgates, and I just go. I can just rip. Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
I like to go.
I mean,
hard.
I like to
go hard in the paint.
I like to be safe. I don't know. I just like to do it for my mental health reasons. I don't.
Shout out to Andrew Sheck. I do not know who this is personally.
Oh yeah, I do. That's my homie.
Says I did 8 grams a few weeks ago.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Jesus.
I don't know you, but I fucking know you, bro. I know
of the
you,
same
bro.
blood, apparently.
I know you, bro. I know you.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not in it to not. I might be putting up rookie numbers, but I'm not trying to be the GOAT of mushroom trips either. So I just want to reset my brain and have the nice after effect, that nice afterglow.
I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit. I go up and down with it. Like sometimes I'm like, just an 8th tonight.
Sure.
And then a couple months later, I'm like, no, tonight's like 8.5.
Yeah, really go in. Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, just an 8th.
Sure.
And other times I'm like, every once in a while I'm like, no, you know what?
Just swallow
need to
the
sort
whole
some shit out.
half. Yeah.
I'm doing the full 7 tonight, and I can go in.
My last one, I looked at the group of guys that I was with, and I just said, guys, apparently this is going to be a tough one. I'm going to have to separate myself from the group and go upstairs and just ride this motherfucker out. And so I went up and I got all my things together that like made me comfortable, like my headphones and my shaker cup and all this stuff as I was starting to peak, and I like made sure somebody would come check on me every 20 minutes because it was hitting me hard. And,
leave me the fuck alone.
No,
don't come check on me at all.
Just check in on me, make sure that I'm cool. And then I got into the blankets and I was in my hoodie and I turned on like this Mongolian throat singing visualizer on YouTube, and I just like went in and I went through like all of the levels of Dante's Inferno and like just crossed a desert, and I saw a bunch of people I loved and figured out that everything's gonna be okay, and like I don't know, it just helped alleviate a lot of stress that I'd been going through at the time, and I really needed it.
Andrew says, shout out to Andrew, by the way. Thanks for subscribing and hanging out with us, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely.
For being in chat. He says, soak them in orange juice prior.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Really speeds the process up.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to speed the process up, but I do have a question about that. Does that also improve how easy it is to eat them? And if not, what do you do?
Yeah, so I grind them up in, like, I've got a specific coffee grinder at home. I grind them up and I dump them in to orange juice, stir them up, chug the whole thing. Perfect.
Dude, you know what I do?
What's that?
It's fucking great. Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you take a mushy.
Yeah.
And if it's a long one,
yeah,
you fold it up. If it's a big thickie,
you wrap it around a Sour Patch Kid.
Yep. Or just stack them or whatever.
Sure.
And dude, yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. No, I got you.
It works for me, bro.
Gotcha.
It works for me, man.
Yeah.
But I've heard people do all kinds of crazy shit. Put them on pizza. I've never done that.
No, I've never done that. I'm not really interested in. I mean,
I like doing them on a virtually an empty stomach.
Yeah, same here.
That's why I like the idea of the gummies
Sure.
that I'm doing them with, because in theory, and this may be actually completely naive, it might actually do the opposite, but in my mind, those aren't going to soak up anything.
Right. Not really, no.
The gelatinous shit.
Not really.
That's not going to absorb the...
It's not. You're not going to get caught so much into... Well,
Right.
those are going to take a little while to digest. Those gummies are. I mean,
Which is fine.
and so maybe it might slow up your up a little bit, but you said you don't mind that. You know?
Right.
So that's fine. Yeah, let it be a little bit more of a creeper.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done DMT?
No.
Me neither.
Not yet.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
I'm definitely open to that.
I want to do it so bad.
But again, I'm all about, set and setting.
I feel like I want to do it so bad. I'm like a 14-year-old virgin boy trying to get pussy.
Oh, jeez.
Which, because I want it so bad, is why I can't get my hands on it. You know what I mean?
Well, you just
Like,
got to
fucking relax, man.
take a step back.
Let the pussy come to you, bro.
Let the DMT come to you. Yeah. But
I had one chance to do it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll do some in a little bit. I'm gonna go make breakfast real quick."
Yeah.
Because we were up partying all night,
Mhm.
and then by the time I got done making breakfast for everyone, including those fucks,
Right.
they were like, "Oh, there isn't any more," and I was like,
bastards.
I hate you all.
Yeah.
I hate you all."
No, I mean it's just cool to like. It's nice that we're at a place where we can talk openly about this kind of stuff, and I'm sure that there's
definitely get demonetized for this one.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, I'm just saying that we can. I'm not saying that, I don't know, it's just nice. But yeah, I don't know where to go from there. Kind of hit the high point with the mushroom conversation, didn't we?
Yeah, it really bloomed.
Yeah, it did. All right, now I'm really going to go.
Did you get to hang out with Skoquist when he was back in town?
No, I unfortunately did not get to hang out with Skoquist when he was back here.
We played your music video.
The old fucking of Musk and Rut one?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, from Climactic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Sure.
It was a good video.
Was it though?
It was. No, dude, here's the thing. Like, here's the deal. Like,
we had a good time making it. It was a really fucking hard weekend.
I have 2 YouTube channels now, so trust me, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
You can, and one of them's a review and reaction channel.
Sure.
So trust me, my opinion matters. No, but it's one of those things. All sarcasm aside, like I actually am like rewatching old shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's kind of like one of the things is like, does it hold up? And one of the things a lot of underground bands do wrong is music videos. They try to overproduce their music video to try to make it seem as high end as they can.
I see this as a positive from a marketing standpoint. I'm going to be honest.
And it doesn't hold up over time. It's just cheesy. And
You're talking about because the effects look like shit later?
Either they went too far on the effects, right? Or they spent too much money on the wrong budget, right? I'll explain more in a little bit.
I'm listening. Yep.
But then there's other guys that understand, okay, we don't have 15 grand, so let's not try to shoot a $15,000 music video. So they keep it simple. They like really keep it simple.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
just do this really well. And those videos ironically hold up pretty well over time.
Yeah.
Whether it was a local band or it's a national band,
Sure.
They hold up a lot better than the ones that are trying to like overthink it. It's a fucking music video.
I mean,
that
I
video
watched
actually held up fine, is what I'm saying.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not a. There were different things I would have done differently.
Any awards
yeah,
for
exactly.
It.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good time. Like we had a lot of good people come out and mosh with us, and it was fun. It just didn't quite turn out how I would have thought, but I can't do anything about that.
What would you want to do? What would you
I don't
have
even know
wanted
what
done
I don't even know what my idea was. It wasn't good enough to fucking make it to the final thing, so I guess it doesn't matter.
The best quote unquote local band that ever did music videos was fucking Dead to Fall.
Oh yeah, I mean that Major Rager that video shoot was legendary. I mean,
And Chum Fiesta.
yeah, and Chum
I've
Fiesta.
talked to Java about those. We
Oh,
played them
yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah, of
they
course.
are fucking. They're great.
Hell yeah.
And it started with Chum Fiesta.
Yeah.
And they shot it with nothing.
Yeah.
It went viral
Yeah.
before we even knew what viral was.
Yeah, I think that was still MySpace, wasn't it?
I think so. Or the beginning
of Facebook. Yeah. Yeah.
And that video did so well. They fucking convinced their record label to finally give them a bunch of money, like 10 or 15 grand or something. And they blew it. They blew all the money on, like, I don't remember what it was. Tim was telling me. Can go back and watch one of the podcasts. But they blew their entire budget on something. And then they were, like, basically fucked. So they didn't know how they were. And they just threw that. They basically threw that fucking party and just filmed it. And that one blew up too.
It did, yeah. I mean,
so
hey,
it worked out.
Sometimes you pivot and you end up with what was better than what you had to begin with.
It's such a rock star story, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, those guys kind of.
And I wish I remember what they blew it on, because that's
could have been anything.
I don't think it was cocaine though.
No.
That's probably one of my favorite rock star stories. Do you remember the Goodyear Pimps when they'd come into town? They're from Illinois.
No.
Fucking badass band.
Okay. I mean, I've heard the name. I've probably heard music.
They were really good. They weren't metal or anything.
No, I know they're
fucking,
like a rock band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to some degree.
Yep.
Okay.
Great band.
Nice.
They got to deal with Disney.
Like Hollywood Records? Is that what you're talking about? That's Disney's record label.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way back in the day, this was.
Yeah.
They get to deal with Disney. They get $1 million deal.
Okay.
They take half of it and they buy an apartment building. And they all move into the apartment building.
Okay.
Like a big apartment building, right? And so they convert a bunch of it into like a studio and rehearsal space.
Right.
And then they live in the other part of it.
Yep.
And then the rest of it they spent on cocaine. $500,000. They blew it on cocaine and an apartment building.
That check adds up fast, I mean.
And then they got dropped from Disney once they realized what they had signed.
I would imagine they backed out of the room slowly, very quickly.
They still got to keep that $1 million though.
Yeah, yeah.
Signing bonus is a signing bonus.
That's right. That's fun. Good for them.
Yeah, I remember they were doing it. Fuck, this was a long time ago, man. That they'd work Monday through Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
They'd get off work early on Thursday. They'd get in the van and they would go and play out of town Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, and then Sunday as well.
Yeah.
And then they'd be back home for work on Monday.
Yeah. And
they did that for like 5 years.
Damn.
After they got dropped from their record label. Like, that's fucking work ethic, dude.
Yeah.
They got paid. They didn't do that shit for free.
No.
They made money. Like they
had already established the name enough
band.
to be able to be signed on Disney, so they had the pull, I mean.
They were so legit, dude.
Nice.
I love that band.
I'll have to check that out.
I miss those guys. I don't even know if they got anything online. Because they popped before they were online.
Yeah, I'm sure they've since put something up there.
I wonder. I should look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up.
What other new shit you been listening to? You listen to anything that's not fucking brutally
heavy? Man, I listen to so little metal anymore. I mean, I still listen to a lot of metal, but I listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of Logic and Joyner Lucas and J. Cole, and I don't know, just a lot of Eminem. I've said that before on here.
Have you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, they are on fucking Apple Music.
Yeah.
This has got to be them. There's no way there's somebody else.
No, I mean, that name's been around for a long time, so I'm sure that it's them.
Rocket Science. Off the album, more songs about drugs with curse words.
They're going for a very specific vibe there, aren't they?
They were great.
Yeah.
They actually had a huge influence on me as a live performer when I was a young
if they're
local
wild
musician.
and they're throwing down,
they were just so good. It was the first band where it was like, it doesn't matter whether I like this or not.
right?
These guys are so good. There's something different when they get on stage versus even the best local bands in town. And
Sure.
the only bands that could even like have that same kind of like aura and like vibe, whether you liked it or not, would have been like probably Head Charge.
Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying.
Like there's just something,
It's that rawness.
because a lot of people don't know how badass of a guitar player Chad was. The bass player.
Yeah, I got you.
He was
an amazing guitar player.
oh my god good.
Yeah.
But he played bass in that band.
Right.
So the musicianship in that band it's not properly represented when you just listen to their CD.
Well, that's what kind of
But you
made
can
that
see
stuff
it and
cool,
feel it
though.
when you're standing
yeah,
there
yeah.
next to him on stage.
Really genius songwriters too, like
Yeah.
the Head Charge guys. I mean, like I actually just re-listened to War of Art. It's been 20 years, and that album particularly, I really legitimately can say wholeheartedly that I would not have continued down the path that I did musically without that record. Yeah. And I think I actually talked about that whole thing on the podcast before as well. But like, truthfully, Trepanation and the War of Art are two absolutely masterful records. And it's really great that those guys are from here and that we were lucky enough to have that happening in the scene when we did. A lot of people have a tendency to shit on the local scene, so to speak. But I would say that we are very, very lucky.
Yeah, they transitioned from they were the band that because it went Prince, and then it was Soul Asylum.
Yeah,
and then it was Head Charge.
And they talk about that, in the Trepanation liner notes about, take your replacements' memories and shove them over your collective asses. Like, I always thought that was ballsy as hell that they did that. They basically called out the Minneapolis venues that were, blackballing them or whatever the fuck, and said, no, we're not going to tolerate it. And that was great. I thought that was great. A lot of mad respect for that whole.
Fair. But what I meant is, if they wouldn't have popped,
oh, yeah,
there would have been a huge gap.
For sure. Yeah, I get what you're saying there.
And yeah, like, we're a great music town. The only town in this country that's better at being a music town than us is Nashville.
Yeah? Think so?
100%. Because it's not fair to look at New York or fucking LA because LA has 30 million people.
Yeah.
And there's way more shitty musicians. You got to look at things at like a per capita, so per 10,000 people. Per 10,000 people, the only town that's better than us is Nashville.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I'm even referring just to like even our local metal scene. I hear a lot of people shit on the local metal scene in particular, and I've been to a lot of other cities and seen their metal scenes, and they don't have bands as good as we have. I mean, we've got literally a band for any type of taste in this fucking town, and good bands for each of those kinds of tastes too, and multiple of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, just look at this weekend alone. Look at the shows from a metal standpoint that are happening. The Reaping Asmodea album release show is on Saturday at the Amsterdam. Semtex and a bunch of King Goro and a bunch of other bands are throwing down at the North Star at the same time. I mean, we've got a lot of really good bands. At Friday, my band Descent of Man's playing. I'll throw that shameless little plug in there.
Go for it.
At the North Star Pub. I mean, I think that from a local scene standpoint, there's a lot going on here. I mean, look at Sunless. Look at Cobra Czar. Fuck, dude. There's so many good fucking bands.
That's just on the metal side.
Yeah,
those are all different metal bands, but different style metals. Yeah. Then you got Stormbreaker, which is metal.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not in your style or genre.
I don't really give a shit about that, but
they're doing cool shit. Uncle Daddy is not metal at all. They're just straight up rock. They're killing it.
Yep.
There's a grip of bands.
Yeah.
And sorry if I'm not naming everybody. Those are just the ones off the top of my head. But,
yeah, and that's the same thing I'm doing too, just spitballing. But like,
there's another. The Failsafe is another rock band. Like they're more pop rock. But
Throw the Fight is just killing it too. Like they're doing great shit too. Got to represent. Jeff and everybody.
Yeah, dude. And then. You go all the way up to Duluth. You've got Trampled by Turtles who came out of there.
Yeah. I mean, we're really lucky to live in such a musically diverse landscape. I mean, we really are.
We haven't even touched on the hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, we take.
Oh my God, there's so many good hip hop artists here.
Yeah, I mean, we take it for granted. But go play someplace else, and I haven't played that many other places. I can't be like, I've been everywhere. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, even just go to fucking Indiana for the weekend and play there. And if you're not in Indianapolis,
Well, and I think one of the things for me, I think that makes our town special is we have a lot of progressive, or I hate that word now too, forward-thinking musicians.
yeah.
So we have less musicians here trying to remake music from like 2006. When I went to Texas and I was networking and meeting people at bars down there,
Yeah.
they'd hit me up and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, check out our music." And I had my earbuds with me in my phone, so I'd look it up on Spotify or iTunes or whatever. And almost all of them were literally still making, like, I'm just gonna pick a band like Evanescence,
Right.
right? That's this one band.
Yeah,
It was
like
like
this
you guys
93
still sound like Evanescence, and they're like, "Yeah, man, that's what we're going for." I was like, not a good idea, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's that music was cheesy when it was popular.
Yeah.
It's not going to suddenly find artistic integrity and credibility on the landscape nowadays. And the people that were into it have already outgrown it. Like, it's just not. If you're going to go old school, you got to go like almost throwback, like Greta Van Fleet, like what the Stormbreakers are doing. What
I
Remnant
see what
Soul,
you mean.
that's another great band. You got to go throwback, or you got to be like kind of current.
Yeah.
Luckily in Minneapolis, there's a ton of people that are kind of arrogant, and I'm one of them, where it's like, I ain't trying to do any of that shit. I'm trying to do my own thing over here.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say.
And
Is
then
that
you get these original sounding acts.
Yeah. You got a lot of really good musical minds here that want to do something. They seem to just do their own thing. You know, like there's no. You can't point at a band necessarily and go, those guys are from Minneapolis, or you know what I mean. Like there's not, or St. Paul or whatever. There's not like a Twin Cities sound, so to speak. There's just like literally something for everyone.
There was.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
Twice.
I think we're finding, and maybe it's the fact that everybody had 2 years to sit down and really work on their art, you know. But you're seeing all these releases come out, and these bands finally get to start to play live again and everything, and you're getting a lot of people's bests right now. You know, there was a lot of fuel for art going around, you know, and there is a lot of fuel going for really good art to come out. So, you know, again, we're just really lucky that we live in such a place that occurs on a regular basis like that the scene responds to. I've seen more like scene unity, like more love passed back and forth in these last like 6 months that people have been out doing things again than I have in 20 years. You know, it really feels like we're edging towards a time that people are just fucking getting along again. It's relative to the music scene, you know, for the most part. There's always bullshit and, you know, drama and stuff like that, but I really see a lot of more people coming together than I do being apart.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I think the internet kind of helps get that diversity of the music out there, right?
Yeah,
so like before it was so tough to just get a show and get your band out there because you either had to get your shit on 93X to get it out there, or you had to get in the good ear of pick your number of booking agents to get you in front of people, right?
Yep.
This is really, really difficult to do. Now the internet doesn't really matter what style of music you are. You can get to kind of anybody.
Yeah,
and
and there's an audience for everybody. I mean, if anything proves it, it's fucking TikTok, right? Like everybody's got their own goddamn TV channel.
Speaking of, are you doing anything on any of the socials?
I haven't done anything on TikTok particularly yet. I pretty much just stick to Facebook and Instagram, primarily Facebook because I can create groups there. I can do a lot. There's a lot more functionality. I hate that that's the case, but it's kind of where I've got things. I do have my other website, my actual website, and I do plan on making that a little more interactive and actually putting that to use in a little different fashion from a marketing standpoint. But I'm working on getting on Reels a little bit more. I'm going to show more workouts, make more content. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the works for that. I've just honestly, I've struggled with pretty terrible fucking imposter syndrome, for if I'm being wholeheartedly honest about things. Like, that's why you don't see me doing or you haven't up till recently, like, seen me on camera a whole bunch and stuff, because it was this thing for so long of like, well, who the fuck am I, you know, to give out this advice or to say these things or whatever. I've got so many of my own struggles or, you know, things I'm personally trying to overcome. You know, who am I to give anybody advice? You know, I mean, granted, subject matter, what would be considered, I guess, a subject matter expert or working towards that. You could say that, sure. But in my brain, it's like, you know, who the fuck am I, basically? But the shift in perception now for myself and the things that I've come to realize, and I've had some really good mentors in the last 6 months that I've worked with to try to help me get through this, and then therapy and all this other kind of stuff. But what I've come to the conclusion of, and it's not just for me, it's for anybody out there, if you have the ability to help people in some way, if you have that ability, or you can find a way to be useful to your community, then the attitude should almost, instead of being who the fuck am I, should be how fucking dare me not share what I'm good at, what I'm proficient at, with other people who might benefit from that, that proficiency.
And let's be honest, that imposter syndrome thing is really, it's really just fear of being criticized.
But yeah,
right?
it's
so
that,
it's like,
and it's insecurity. It was a lot of shit I had to sort out in my brain to be able to speak confidently about things.
I do agree with the way you put it though, because it's you're manifesting it in a very real internal dialogue. Like, well, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that, or felt like that especially at the beginning, but for a long time with the podcast. Same thing with like recording a TikTok or fucking doing anything, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, and really I realized that it came down to afraid of people talking shit or criticizing you or telling you. Here's the thing though, and then I realized this is an immediate refreshing ability for me to get outside of my echo chamber. Because if my shit's weak, and all my buddies who I send these to beta test, like, hey, is this cool? Is this funny? Does this look cool? Blah, 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 blah. You know, like, because I do those flyers and promos and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Am I just surrounded by yes men? Because
you'll find out for sure.
Exactly,
right? Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I haven't gotten shit on. When I do get some constructive criticism, sometimes some people will be like, hey, you know, that's not like actually 100% true, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes they're a fucking idiot. And then it validates me because it's like, okay, no, I do know what I'm talking about. But then other times I'll be like, oh, fuck, this motherfucker's right.
Yeah.
But now I'm better off for it as well.
For sure.
So then I could even turn around and make a follow-up video if I really want to.
Right.
I don't, because I'm fucking lazy. I got too many things on my plate as it is.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about that with content as well, too. Because it's, John Wheeler even says it best. If you make something, here's the best part. Or if you see somebody's other dumbass shit, don't comment on their post.
Right.
Make your own video about it. Make your own post about it.
The whole thing comes down, and this is something that I've taken up as a personal philosophy, is take imperfect action. You know, that's something that we talked about in one of my mentoring groups, is that it's not going to be perfect.
I got this.
You got to practice.
I should send you a link to his fucking. He's on TikTok and he's on Reels.
Okay.
It's basically the exact same thing.
Yeah,
you just reformat the video, essentially. He's cool, man. He's fucking. They're super short, and he's just like, I think he starts off he's like king. I think that's a thing now. You call people king.
Just I'm aware it's a thing.
Yeah. So he's like, but whatever, it's cool. Yeah. He's cool. He's like, king, if you want to do this, here's blah 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 blah, and it's like just usually it's one workout. Just do this. And then he breaks it down real quick. That's going to target this because of this.
Is it Elliot Hulse?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's an Asian dude.
Oh, no.
Really fucking jacked ass Asian dude. Like,
Not
he's
Elliot,
cool.
Though.
He's cool, man. The videos are cool. I save them because I'm like, oh, that's a cool workout. Like if I'm going to do something, I want to have that video.
Yeah, send them over. I'm always looking to like see what everybody else is doing.
That type of content that's super quick, as long as it's like, and this is to avoid that fear, that imposter syndrome. Just do it. Keep it simple, right? Don't try to like sound or act like a genius. Like just do a basic bitch bicep curl. The same basic bitch shit any beginner trainer should tell any beginner.
Yeah, and that's
trainee.
The other thing is just like getting the reps in, literally. Like, so you're gonna see me in my. You know what I mean? Fucking mug. Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. You gotta get up and just do the reps. Like you gotta get out there and put yourself out there.
Maybe some asshole comments. You know, some fucking gym rat.
Whatever.
Some gym rat.
That's fine.
Right? He's like, hey, listen, man, this is fucking basic bro shit. If you're gonna fucking do this, you should be teaching people about X, Y, and Z. Cool, boom. Now he just gave you 3 different ideas for new videos. Boom.
I posted, exactly.
Let's fucking roll, baby.
I posted a video of me doing weighted
What's up,
pull-ups.
Simon?
Hey, what's
Thanks
up?
for dropping into chat. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it, brother.
I put up a video on my Instagram of me doing weighted pull-ups. Well, they were weighted. This is what was funny is like I made it in the Reels format. I posted it up, and I put on there. I said weighted pull-ups for reps or whatever with this thing, and it had the video of me doing. The person didn't focus on the fact that I was lifting my own body weight plus 45 pounds 8 to 12 times. They corrected me, and they said, because I had my hands in a supinated grip, so it was technically a chin up, and that's what the fucking comment was. It was, "Hey man, those are chin ups." I'm like, I fucking know what they are.
Boom, new video.
Yeah,
so now
exactly.
you make another video. Go, okay, guys.
Here's the difference between pull-ups and chin-ups.
And the
Yeah,
best part,
exactly.
here's the best part.
Yeah,
Especially if you do it on TikTok, you can grab that comment.
Yeah.
And you can reply to it, and it'll pop up, and you can be like, "I'm making this video for this dickhead."
Yeah.
Like, right? And he'd be like, technically he's right, but he's also being a petty bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this technically is a pull-up or a whatever.
It's a
And
version of
then
the
boom,
pull-up.
you got
yeah.
another video, and everybody's clowning on that dude, including you.
Oh,
It's
I know.
great. It's great. If you got to learn how to weaponize these things instead
Yeah,
of being
yeah. Well, and
instead
that's-
of being victimized by them, because that's my new mindset, right? For all these people that are like, "Oh, social media is toxic." We were talking about this with Kyle and the boys when the Revelance boys were here, and it's like I'm starting to change my mindset. It's like, okay, but these platforms can be weaponized to help you, like, literally go on the offensive of finding new followers or fans or improving
Sure.
your network or whatever, instead of letting these platforms victimize you because you let that toxicity creep in.
Right.
Each platform is set up in a different way. And I just think, I don't know, I think we just got to get more creative and get more resourceful with it.
The best thing I
Because John's
ever
pretty good
did.
at it. Wheeler's
real
at it.
good at it.
His TikToks are kind of fire.
But I
They kind of are,
big
dude.
shout out to John. But I think that there's a lot to be said. So the best thing I ever did with my social media, there's a lot to be said about it being toxic. There's a lot to to be said about the positive, negative influences. Your lighter's right behind the controller. No, okay.
I was looking for my other pack of smokes.
Oh, word. But social media can absolutely, just like anything else, can be good or bad, and have elements to it of both. But the best thing I ever did was I made a commitment to only use my socials for business and band stuff. That's basically, a little bit of personal stuff sprinkled in so that people know who I am, what I'm doing, and that I'm not some fucking. I mean, I'm a weirdo, but just in the right ways, I guess. Right. Yeah, that changed it changed my relationship with social media. So those things that I used to focus on when I'd be scrolling endlessly or whatever, and it's been a weird transition mentally to think about it this way, but like now it's work. Like now I'm looking in comment sections for people talking about fitness related things, and I look to reach out to those people. I'm not trying to like cold call them. I'll just engage with the post and then try to initiate a conversation that leads within the post, that leads to eventually talking in direct messages that eventually leads to figuring out how I might be able to help this person, even if that means that they don't pay me for that advice.
I think that's a great idea. I just think it's way more efficient if you're the one creating the content, where those people are making the comments.
Exactly. But so that's what I've been doing in
it's like
the
a funnel. It brings
meantime
all of that to you,
Right.
instead of you going out and sifting. Because kind of like what you're doing is like walking out into somebody else's field, trying to randomly pick wheat for the day, instead of having a combine go out and bring it all to you.
Right, but that's why
bales.
it's so important that I got rid of the imposter syndrome, because now I can do
agree.
it the other way, and I can feel free, and I'm confident enough in myself, my abilities. I've no remnants of the imposter syndrome left over. I've thankfully been able to completely eradicate that. I know that I'm a good coach. I know that I want to help people, and I know that I'm going to continue to get better at this because I'm going to keep practicing.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep
for
helping
sure.
people. So
and just like I tell everybody else, you just got to start doing it and accept the fact that
it's not going to be perfect.
It's just like you were a musician. You wrote a lot of shitty songs when you first started.
Sure did. Sure, and you still might.
And if you say you didn't, then you're lying.
Yeah.
And any musician who really knows you're full of shit, because every musician sucks when they start.
But that's
for a
why
long time.
That's why I'm so intent on helping the artists and the musicians and get healthier, because they're already perfectly like set up from a mindset perspective, because they already know how to take like nothing and turn it into something.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what a lot of artists and musicians and like, I mean, I guess really people in general don't understand, is that you already have this ability inside of you. You're already conditioned for it. You just have to approach it from a different angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on it, I guess.
No, I agree with you, man. I agree. So what, you got a Descend a Band show coming up?
Yeah, Friday, tomorrow. It's we booked the show, so we're taking the late night spot. The last spot on the bill. But Maniacal Force they're from right here.
The way you're
Twin
avoiding
Cities.
the word headlining,
I fucking hate that word, bro.
Makes it sound like you're playing more of a closer role.
Yeah, we are.
Remember how I used to do that when I used to book shows?
Yeah,
the headliner would be 3 out of 4. So we'd have an opener.
Yeah.
I'd literally, and this is how I build it. Like I told everybody up front, this was how it was advertised.
Yeah, that's how
we had an opener, we had a supporting act, we had the headliner, and then we had a closing act.
Right.
Because we knew like people ain't hanging around for this band, and we don't want to play at midnight.
Well, we're not. I mean, we want people to hang around for us, and we think people will hang around for us. But the reason why is we're bringing Gorgatron down from North Dakota. They're a traveling band. They're a hard-working death metal band. We want to make sure they get.
So you guys are headlining.
Yeah, we're
you're
giving
playing
them
the
last.
direct support.
Yeah,
that's the right thing to do. That's the
that's what I
classy
feel.
move to do.
That's what I feel.
Don't put them on second. Definitely.
Well, they
don't
are
make
on
them...
second because there's only 3 bands. But
okay.
But
okay.
yeah, I mean they're taking that nice chunk
If
where
there's
going to be
4,
hopefully there's going to be the most amount
4.
of people. Yeah, I understand.
If there's 4 bands for the listeners, if there's 4, if you're out there booking shows and you got the out of towner coming in, dude,
yeah, give them third out of 4th. Yeah,
unless they're like,
just give them third out of 4th. Don't worry about it.
No. Unless they're like new. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you ain't fucking playing third. You're opening.
Oh yeah.
But I don't give a fuck if you're out of town.
If you're a brand new band, you just got to jump through some hoops sometimes. You got to get that time in. So that might happen. You also might play third. It just depends on what your draw is. Like if you're a band that's new and you popped, you know, take that fucking either that headline spot or the second to last.
Let me put it this way. If you're coming from out of town, because you already draw in your town and you're looking to build a new crowd, I'm putting you on third out of 4.
Right.
But if you don't draw in your own town, you're opening.
Right. Fair enough. I mean, out of town, I'd put them second, but that's just my ethics on that.
No, because the bill has to get better and better.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take a risk on an out of town band who doesn't draw here or there to play second on a bill. No, you got to pay your dues just like all the in-town bands. All these in-town bands opened. I'm not putting...
Maybe if I put them first, I might, give them a different cut on the door or something like that then or something. I don't know. I'd figure out a way to make it worth their while, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't stiff them or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Of course not. You won't never do that shit. I've had that happen to me.
Because you know what I'm talking about.
Fuck yeah.
Like, they're... Okay, I get it. You guys, this band from Red Wing, and it's like, oh, we want to come to the cities and play a show, and it's like, yeah, but, like, you're not good yet. Like, I'm not throwing you on third. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I mean, there are some bands that have potential that just need to cut their teeth a little bit more, and I mean, that's totally okay.
Like, a band from Sioux Falls, and it's like they're drawing 2 to 500 people depending on the bill. Like, I'm not making you guys open or play second.
Right.
No, you're playing third.
Yeah.
We're going to do the right thing because this is a hard enough town to draw in.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on.
And that's kind of the test, is that shitty band from out of town.
Yeah.
Like, you're not drawing. You're not drawing here. Because
I mean,
even the bands from here have a hard time drawing. Like, it's just that kind of town, right? You got to be really dope.
Again, a lot of things, a lot of options.
But if you can hold your shit together in front of the 7 people in that room, which are your own girlfriends that fucking came with you to the show, and you actually put on a good show, then maybe we'll throw you on second or third.
Sometimes it ends up, you got to kind of earn that respect. Yeah.
But if you're good and you're able to do that, you should already be drawing in your own town.
Yeah. I mean, The first time,
It's the chicken and the egg thing.
yeah.
right?
I mean, the first time Aetheric played out of town, we played over in I think we played in Madison at or La Crosse or some shit like that. Maybe it was Eau Claire.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You guys were already dope, and
Well,
you had
yeah, but
equity from
we didn't.
previous
Nobody
bands.
fucking knew us in Wisconsin yet or anything like that.
But you guys had a legitimate. Who booked the show for you?
I have no idea. We played literally
make
for
you
the other
open?
bands. We played second, I think, but we got there and there was no I mean, it's just pretty standard story. Like you get there and there's no PA and you're playing in the back of a fucking pizza joint and you know there's barely a stage. Actually, I remember the stage.
Real talk, because we were talking about imposter syndrome.
Yep.
You knew maybe you should have played second. You said you played second.
Yep.
Maybe you should have played third. Because hypothetically, there's 4 bands in this scenario.
There were, yeah.
Okay. But you knew damn well you shouldn't have opened.
Yeah, I mean, well, we just
See what
we
I'm
were
getting
from out
at?
of town, yeah.
And it's not just that you're out of town. It's because you guys were good. You weren't new. You'd been doing this for 10, 15 years.
Well, Aetheric hadn't. I mean, Aetheric wasn't a band for that long.
No,
I mean,
but you
me,
had.
Well,
and the
nobody
guys
knows who the fuck am I?
had.
Nobody knows me.
Doesn't matter. You had that experience. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I get
real
what
talk.
you're saying.
Come
but
on,
like,
real talk, bro. You know this.
I have
fucking
no
humble shit, man.
I
Y'all
don't
are
have,
killing
but I
me.
don't have a fucking ego about that.
I know, but you
about that
also
thing.
know you are not an amateur, beginner level musician.
But
You've got experience in front of large crowds.
And
You've been
here's
there,
how.
you've done
And
that.
here's how I look at that when that happens to me. If that I have what I say to myself when okay, good luck to everyone that follows me.
Right,
That's what I say. If you
Right.
put me opening, fine. But,
right, that's what I'm getting.
But
at.
that's
exactly
okay.
what I was trying to
Good.
get you to say. Yep.
Good. I love a good challenge. Let's do this.
Because y'all fucked up.
Yeah, well, you might have.
Y'all fucked
I mean,
up.
if I'm having a good night, or if we're having a good
Especially
night,
if your band's got dope gear. Because didn't you say when you showed up to the venue they didn't even have a PA?
yeah, they didn't have shit together. Like it just
Right.
wasn't working. Like things weren't going together. And then
But if the band's got dope gear, especially if you guys really have your shit together, and the singer has his own PA, he travels like a guitar player or a drummer.
Sure.
He's got a backup PA for this exact scenario. So you guys can set up and go, we got this. You mic up the drummer's fucking snare and his kick drums, and fucking you got a channel for vocals. And dude, I'm telling you, bro.
Well, we had Roman with us, so Roman he's like, I got this. He just went to work and he like rewired their PA for him like for 20 minutes before the first band went on, and then that was it. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, you should have set your own shit up, and then when you get done, you tear it all down, and you let them all try to figure
Good
it out.
luck.
I've actually seen that exact thing done.
Oh God!
So we
I'm
showed
sure.
up to an out-of-town gig.
Yep.
We all had really good gear.
Yep.
Really good gear. And so did another band. But they also had a PA because
Yep.
they were used to playing in venues like this. We weren't.
Sure.
Right? And they went on right before us. And they were fucking really, really good. And luckily, right, we were hanging out with them beforehand, and they seen us loading on, because, you backline. So we actually loaded our gear on before them. And they saw our gear, and so we started having the gear nerd talk and shit.
Yeah.
So when they got off stage, they were like, do you guys want to use our PA? And we were like, fuck yeah. So literally, we just mimicked their setup. And then when we got done, they took their PA down and made the other 3 bands, because it was a 5-band bill, made the other 3 bands use the house PA.
Yikes.
And when we came back, we were no longer opening and playing second on the bill.
No.
We were the draws.
Yeah.
They
You made an
headlined.
impact.
They headlined and we played direct support. It was great.
Nice. Cool. Good. But I mean, hopefully none of that crap happens on Friday at the North Star Pub when we play. We've got Maniacal Force
Where
opening.
the fuck is the North Star?
It's over in St. Paul off Payne Avenue. Yeah.
I hate St. Paul.
Do you? Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I'm not a fan either. But I'll happily play a show over there.
Not a big fan of Minneapolis right now either, though.
I mean, yeah, the cities are a weird place at the moment, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to have a good night of metal. We got, Maniacal Force, Gorgatron, and then we'll play the last spot there, the headline spot.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I like the name Gorgatron.
It's really good, right? Yeah, the band's fucking even better than the name.
Are they?
They are good. They are
What
very
do they
good.
sound like?
They're really riffy, kind of thrash, death metal. Like it's really aggressive. Obviously,
Screaming?
yeah, of course.
Damn.
What, you don't like that?
Not anymore.
Really? How do you just make a determination like that?
I'm just over it. I'm just over
You're just over
screaming.
it?
Yeah, I'm just
No.
over screaming. I'm down with pretty much anything being done on the instruments.
Sure.
I'm just over music with screaming in it.
Oh well.
I mean, I'm not saying I won't get into it. I'm just saying it's not appealing to me in its idea form. Like, I have to hear it executed.
Sure.
And then I might be like, these guys are fucking dope. I like it.
Okay. I got
I might be like, I fucking really like it. But off the bat, it's like, I want to find more, like, because I've been looking, around town.
Sure.
And there's a bunch of bands that are like kind of good. They're also just like, it's like pussy music.
What do you mean?
Like, it's this weird, weak, it's meek.
Okay.
Like, it's technically good, but it's like, man, this shit's weak, bro.
I don't know what you mean.
It's like,
give specific examples. Name names. Call people out to the carpet.
It didn't even make an impression enough on me for me to remember these bands' names.
Okay.
Because I hear it and I'm like, ugh, move on. No. But they all sing.
More forgettable than a wet fart.
I don't know. I'm looking for those hidden gems in town right now where it's like Uncle Daddy is a great example.
Yeah.
Where that band fucking spanks and they're great live.
Yep. I've got
They're not a metal
show.
band. They're
No.
just a rock band, but they are fucking dope. Like, absolutely great band. I'm looking for more bands like that. They don't have to sound like Uncle Daddy, but like real bands that are fucking like really just, they're slapping, man.
Yeah.
And there's just not enough of those. Like, bands are either slapping too hard,
You gotta mind your get off my lawn sensibilities. Is that what you're saying? You sounded a little Clint Eastwood there, man.
It's either just like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Ugh. Or it's like, come on, man.
In all fairness, like I like the bands that I like, and but I don't seek out a lot of new music that's metal necessarily.
I'm starving for new anything. It doesn't even have to be metal.
I
as long as it's not some bitch shit, and as long as it's not death metal. Like, those are the only two things I'm not in. I'm just not into those two genres. Like a lot of people say country. Like, I'm okay with country if it's good.
Sure.
I'm okay with pretty much any style of music if it bangs.
Yeah.
There's just
not
enough
too hard.
Really, don't fucking overbang, dude. Don't jackhammer, dude.
That's all I do.
I mean, if you do it in sparseness. Like, even a blast beat is a great example. I'm down with some blast beats.
Yeah.
For a bar or two.
Okay.
But don't do an entire verse.
Oh man.
And a chorus.
Can hear my blast beating heart breaking right now.
I know. This is why metalheads are like, that dude's a pleb.
I don't think you're a pleb, man. I think that you've listened to plenty of music across your life, and you know damn well what you like, and that's just what you like. So, no offense taken. I mean,
I think the blast beat is one of the most amazing and dynamic things you could do on drums and music, and it's better in small doses.
That's an opinion. It's certainly not the opinion of many, many of my cohorts, but that's okay too.
Here's another great example on the opposite end of the music spectrum. 4 on the Floor. Not the band, the concept, right? Doom, doom. Great. One of the most dynamic things you can do in a bridge.
Yeah, you can use it a lot of different ways and implement it.
As soon as you get to like house music,
that's all it is.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I mean, I get what you're saying. You're looking for interesting music, interesting music that keeps you, engaged with your sparrow's attention span. That isn't those things that. Yeah, my sparrow attention span too. It wasn't a shot. I was just saying.
It felt like a shot.
I'm sorry. It didn't mean to be a shot because I have a sparrow's attention span as well. So I completely get what you're saying. I look for the same thing outside of metal. I just
get bored. And it's not even an attention span thing. I've literally heard it all.
Right.
Like, and I'm just sick of hearing the same shit over and over again.
I get that.
And soft rock just doesn't do it for me.
No.
Like, it can, but it usually doesn't.
I'm not really
and there's a lot of fucking... And technically, they're really good. There's a lot of them in town.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, soft rock, like, alternative rock, like, emo.
Oh, you're talking like stuff like From the Current?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly the type of music I'm talking about. Pussy music that's meek. The music is meek.
I mean, it's a different... Coming at it from a different angle. It's got a different purpose. It's for different types of folks. There's some people that just can't get down with the aggression or the attitude of...
You ain't got to be aggressive.
of rock or even like
You
it's just
gotta
too
be-
it's just too much for them. I get
You
it.
gotta be aggressive. I'll listen to some Pink Floyd. That ain't
Yeah,
aggressive.
No, but it is. It is. Pink Floyd's an aggressive band. I would argue Pink Floyd's a metal band.
Ooh.
I would argue that.
I'm not gonna argue against
in
you.
sensibility and in like message, attitude, so on and so forth. I would argue that they have metal sensibilities and imagery.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. That's because you could do that with almost any band I would try to bring up, like Steve Miller Band. There's no ferocity to that. There's no anger.
But they don't sound. They don't. Well, that's what I'm saying. But there is in Pink Floyd.
But it's not meek, is what I'm getting at. Like that current shit is the
Oh
music.
yeah,
is
yeah. I
meek.
mean, I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
It is very soft. You're right. It is.
Yeah,
soft.
and it's not like chill, but still dope.
Right.
Like you
right.
know, it's fucking,
puckered. It's
meek,
clean. It's really
yeah,
clean.
It's like
There's no attitude to it. There's no. Yeah, but again, different strokes for different
There's
folks.
no attitude.
Yeah.
There's no pain. There's no suffering.
Well, I would argue that
It's
there
like-
is that.
I think
in
it's
a lot of
written-
it.
You know, it sounds like I don't want to say it, man. I don't want to say it. I all I know is that if I did make that joke, my lesbian friends would laugh because they would think it was funny. That's all I'm gonna say.
Insert Lilith Fair comment here. Is that what you were going for? Is it
Sort
of? Okay.
So
Can we take a pee break?
yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a song. I'll play. You gonna piss in the sink?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause, that song you were asking me, you're like, what song is this?
Yeah. Play that
I'll
song.
just play that one, but this one's got lyrics.
Yeah, I gotta bail in like 30 minutes anyway. So.
In 30 minutes. Hey, if you guys have any, by the way, in chat, if you guys have any fitness questions, anything,
Yeah. Let's talk about some of that when I get back for a little bit.
Jump
here.
in now.
Yeah. Ask questions. I'll answer when I get back from peeing.
Ask them now. it's in such a small amount that it's like, yeah, cool.
Did we get any fitness
Cool.
questions?
No, we didn't get anything.
That's all right. No, so I guess
I know we were muted, Brad. The song was still playing, bro.
Yeah. I guess the other thing we've got going on is we're bringing back the group class death metal and deadlifts.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So that's a group fitness class that I'm going to be holding November 7th is going to be the first class back. I don't know if I'm going to do every Sunday right away. I think I'm going to try to do maybe 1 or 2 Sundays a month. But for $20, you can come out to Train Your Way Fitness in St. Louis Park.
Why Sundays?
Because it's the most open day. Like for not just for
Unless you're into
people.
football.
Well, I mean that's why I did it from
What time do you do it?
2 to 4 p.m.
Oh, fuck that, bro.
Yeah, well, Sundays.
Like if it was like at 7 a.m. maybe,
yeah.
because then I could get it in and still do my shit that
See,
day.
I don't. Yeah.
No, fuck that 2-4 p.m. shit, dude.
Well,
especially
it's not for you then.
Especially not in sober October. If I'm in September or November,
Sure.
I'm fucking wasted on Sundays, bro. I get fucking ham skied. Oh, so like my favorite thing in the world, dude. Get drunk, watch football, eat chicken wings. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, bud.
That's. I'm giving
Fuck
people
yeah.
an other alternative to that whole thing. So come out.
I'm pretty disciplined the rest of the week.
Yeah.
I think you'd be surprised because I've been, we talk on and off the podcast. I bet you if you looked at what Kate and I actually have in our diet, I think you'd be actually impressed. I think you'd be like, wow, you guys actually eat way healthier.
Like I said, you don't look unhealthy. I don't think you're just some monstrosity.
No, I know that, but like the way I act, like I live.
Oh,
like I give off this percent because my buddy Anwar kind of has the same thing you got going on. He's a fitness coach and you know, personal trainer, all that shit. He's also doing it full time now.
Nice.
And he actually made that comment. He's like, "Oh, you guys actually eat like pretty fucking healthy," and I was like, "Yeah, bro."
Well, I mean, you're
and
a
he's
smart
like,
guy.
"Yeah, but
so...
you like," he's like, "You act like you're fucking," which is true because I'll be fucking drunk and I will absolutely go fat kid because I don't give a fuck. I'm drunk.
Right.
But Kate and I will
was
clean
wondering
it up.
my issue with alcohol. No.
Kate and I will clean it up for a day or two. You know?
Sure.
You just got to be responsible, dude. I don't think it's that complicated. That's one of the things.
Well,
like,
I have been saying the last couple of days in particular.
Oh, we do
about,
have a question.
Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
Oh, it says there was no song on that end.
Oh,
there was no song on that end. Really?
Wow, that was weird. Then. Weird time for you guys.
Hold on.
I heard the whole damn thing.
Yeah, we heard it on our end. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure out why. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, because it wasn't. Oh, guys.
Well, hang on. We'll just. I'll pee again. We'll do this all over again. Let's try it again.
Fine.
No, okay.
But thank you because
that's helpful. Yeah, feedback's good.
So I apologize for the confusion there. Yeah, we were playing a song, guys. I apologize. Yeah. We do have a question though. When can we expect new music?
New music?
Yeah, and then it says, this is from Andrew. It says ... You dirty bitch.
Oh, well, someone who really knows me.
It doesn't say that. I just
that. No, I appreciate that. So we actually just went in. Well, we being Descent of Man, because I've got a couple different projects going on, but. Descent of Man just went in and tracked 3 songs with Roman Pinter. We rented 1459 Studios out for a weekend, and we just tracked the drums initially here. We're working on strings and stuff as we go. Hopefully by midwinter time we'll have 1 or more singles drop with hopefully some visual content to go along with that. In lieu of hopefully soon a new album, a new full length we're working on. We're about 6-7 songs in right now, and hopefully we'll have like 12 and we can chop out a couple of them.
You doing videos?
I mean, some probably. Yeah, I mean that's all down the line. We're initially talking about that kind of stuff, and then Climactic. I mean, we guys talked about it with Kyle a little bit, I'm sure. Climactic is working on a new record. Daniel Copy and I are working on tracking the vocals together right now, and it's just about kind of making time for that.
Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, new music coming. What's cool.
Now, when you say singles, are you doing the whole thing like the New Kids do it, where you drop each song on its own?
So we have these select 3 songs that we feel kind of give a good taste for what's going to be on the record. We're going to use those to create content and build hype around the new record, and then we'll drop a new record when that's ready. So we're going to space these out a little bit. It's not going to be these versions of these songs. There will be updated versions of these songs on the full length. But this is to kind of tide people over while we finish that up.
I got you.
And we have a new lineup. This is my first stuff with the band. Dane, the second guitar player, it's his first stuff with the band. So it'll just kind of help work out the kinks before doing the record. Got it going on.
Oh no, I just want to have that window closed. It's just probably bogging down my feet.
Oh sure. But yeah, so a lot of new music to be had.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's fun.
So between now and
over
January?
the next like 4 months, let's just say.
So January.
Yeah, January, February, somewhere in there. Yeah. I'm not putting any hard dates on shit because I know how my band operates.
Yeah,
I know how I operate. I'm
too.
busy. Everybody in the band's busy. We're all grown-ups, jobs, lives, businesses, careers, things like that. So kids and stuff like that too. So
that's not an excuse, though.
It's,
David Goggins would be like, "Who's gonna carry the boats?"
Yeah, you are, man.
I fucking
carry the boat,
dude. I watched the Rogan Burt Kreischer podcast.
Okay,
the 2-parter, and they were talking about Goggins in there, and they brought up the video, dude. I was dying laughing.
Yeah,
I was dying laughing because when they're filming Goggins and when he's getting tired, he's like, he starts yelling that like randomly. Who's gonna carry the boats? Like what boats?
Yeah, good.
The fuck is he talking about?
That guy is a fucking mental warrior, so he's got some go in him for sure. But
I think he needs to do some mushrooms and chill the fuck out.
He'd probably disagree, or I don't know. Maybe he'd agree.
Like I said, those are exactly the people we have to force it into him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want but
dude,
there has to be a balance.
I had this dude come on the podcast, right? So I have somebody else on the podcast, and dude's in the comments giving advice to people like what music they should listen to the first time they're tripping mushrooms.
Okay.
Now, I didn't even agree with the music choices. I was like, those are kind of dark, man. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't advise that. Like, unless you're a huge fan of that band, probably go with something a little lighter.
Yeah.
Something a little more innocent.
Yeah.
And then dude comes on the podcast like a week or 2 later, and then I find out he's never even done mushrooms.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, man, you fucking tripping, bro.
Or not.
He's tripping, but not in a good way. Not in a good way.
Yeah. We got anything else in there?
Nope, we got nothing. You guys got any other questions? We got like 20 more minutes before we got to wrap this thing up. And there's I turned the latency down. That's why I was looking over here.
Sure.
It's almost instant now. There's like a
it's
like
a little
2-second delay now instead of
tiny little lag.
No, that's the live feed.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying on the actual internet. Like it used to be like 30 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just I had to do that in order to not bog my system down.
Okay. You got a better system.
No, I just, they updated shit. I learned how to do things a little better. So system's the same, but it doesn't take as big of a load on my CPU. So point being is I was able to turn down the latency.
Sure. Cool.
Will we both be at the show Saturday? So you got a show tomorrow night.
I've got a show tomorrow night, and I believe the show is Saturday that they're referring to.
You can drop a plug in here, Andrew, if you're in that band.
Well, no, he's not. He's just a good homie of Daniel's and the Reapers.
That's the Reaping show?
The Reaping show, yeah. At the Amsterdam.
Or may not be at
I will be there.
If Alex and Dan throw me on the list, I will try to make it.
Oh,
sure.
What are you doing? Buy a ticket.
No.
Okay.
No.
Fair enough.
No, the budget's tight.
I understand.
It's been tight. And if I start doing that, dude, then everybody's going to be like, why didn't you come to my show? Why didn't you come to my show? Because if I came to all y'all's show, it'd be like $50 a week.
Well, everybody is already saying that anyways. We miss you.
Well, come and I tell them, throw me on the guest list and I'll try to come.
Sure.
That's what I tell them. Because here's the thing is I'm not going to pay to come to every single person show. If I did that, I'd spend so much money, and I'm not balling like that anymore. I used to be way back in the day. And actually, it's funny because when I was balling, I also was doing well in music, and I was known at all those clubs, so I didn't have to pay.
Oh, geez, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it makes me sound like a cheap Jew, but
I never.
I'm Jewish. I'm allowed to make that joke.
I'm not, and I'm allowed to be uncomfortable. No.
I mean, I'll definitely come out Saturday. Tell those dudes to throw me on the list. I'll make it out. I'll try to make it out.
Pass the message along.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I know. There's no list.
There's no list?
There's no list.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I know.
Probably not.
You don't like death metal anyway, man.
You know what's
okay.
hilarious? You know what's hilarious, though, dude? Is Stormbreaker threw me on the list for one of their shows, or maybe it was Revenant Soul. I saw you went
to one of their gigs.
I can't remember who show it was, but it was that main event, and I just went in the back door.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't even go through the main door. Like, because people know me well enough.
We've all done that. Like, you see your homies outside and then just kind of walk in with them type of thing. Like, we've all done that from
and the
time
staff
to time.
knows me well enough now, too, because I've been to a handful of shows there already.
Right.
So they don't even bat an eye. They're like, oh, he's here again. Cool.
Maybe they do bat an eye, and that's why they let you in.
The ladies bat their eyes. Hey. I tip well. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
I tip well.
Oh.
And I'm charming.
Yeah,
I've
heard
know
that.
If you figured this out yet. But I'm very charming.
Word on the street is that Jared's very charming.
On the street?
On the street.
On the street?
Yeah. Actually, no, really, though. It's written on the street outside your house. It actually says Jared is charming. There's a fucking arrow in chalk drawn to your house. It's weird.
Oh, that's my stalker.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
His name is Charles.
Is financial advisor? Oh, you mean stalker with an L? Oh, jeez.
Yeah. His name's Charles, and he's not in charge.
He's not in charge. Oh boy, what's going on?
All right, let's wrap
there?
this up, dude.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you, man?
I'm at Fitness Coach Kai's on Facebook and Instagram.
What's your website?
It's kaisfitcoach.com. I had to try to remember.
There you go.
Myself.
I'm pretty sure I got the links in the description.
Yeah. Descent of Man, Climactic. Bunch of stuff going on. Come out to the show Friday. Let me yell in your face.
You guys selling tickets online for that?
No, I mean this is a dive bar show, man. This is a cash door thing. This is going to be a great time.
Cash?
You're
Wait a minute. Dive bar?
Yeah, for real. Like North Star Pub is a bona fide dive bar.
So do they take credit cards?
Yeah, they still take credit cards, debit cards at the bar.
Not a dive bar then. True dive bar only takes cash.
Cash at the door, whatever. I don't know.
True dive bar only. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what kind you're talking
about. And you're
about.
like, you don't take cards, and they're like, nope, ATM's in the corner.
Yeah,
and it's like a $12 ATM fee.
And they might be like that. I don't know, but I know that you got to pay cash at the door. So,
right on.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys go check his shit out, if you guys like this kind of content, please hit like and subscribe. We got a bunch more shit coming up. If you want to see that shit and be a part of it, the extra stuff we're doing, go to patreon.com/JaredSingerLive. If you like fantasy football, there's a link in the description. You can join our stupid little Extravaganza Draft Kings League. You can bounce in and out of contests. It's just like regular Draft Kings. You're just doing it directly with us. And then, if you want to see me say a bunch of dumb shit on the internet outside of this podcast, you can follow me anywhere you want on the internet's whatever platform you're on. Just search Jared Singer Live. That's what it is on everything. All right. Let's do this again, dude.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure having you
Always.
back, man.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Right on, thanks much.
All right. Take care, guys. I'm going to try to cue up this outro without fucking everything up.